It's a great day, my amazing CEOs. Every business starts small. And just like many companies, not only you want to start small, but you want to be able to grow and serve the market you were called to serve. And Bloomingdale brothers, Joseph and Lyman Bloomingdale, when they first started, they had a dream of getting into the retail market. They had a dream of doing something different, but here's the challenge. The market was already competitive. The market was already saturated. So when they started their company back in 1861 in New York, woo, what a hard time to get started in the retail business, by the way, they had a challenge. The problem was very clear. They needed the right niche and to stick to and attract clients who would come back over and over and over again. And finding a niche wasn't easy. You know, when they first started off, they started off by selling hoop skirts, the skirts that went around. They were very popular back in the day. And just like anything else in time, it changed. When they first got started, they only made like $3.68, and that's compared to a cup of coffee today. But here's what inspired them. Inspired them was, what did the market really want? And here's what I want you to listen very, very carefully. They did three things. They evolved, they expanded, and they took different product offerings to meet where the fashion was and the trends was at that time, but they also made adjustments in their sales message. So they created these huge windows in New York that you could see inside of. And instead of just focusing on what they were selling, they focused on attracting their ideal client with a message that says, we're different. Here's our unique selling proposition, and this is where you can shop and feel like you're at home. What's the big takeaway, or what's something that you can hear as a CEO right now as you're listening? Number one, they adapted. Number two, you have to innovate your sales strategy. And in doing so, you have to understand the need and the gap in the market so you can offer fresh, appealing solutions that transform your client's life. You do that, and you'll see your sales go up. So the big takeaway for you is really threefold. Number one, have a unique selling proposition. Number two, have a sales strategy that speaks to the market, but that sales strategy evolves because the sales message changes as the market changes. You do that as a CEO, and you will see your sales go up, 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 and away. With that being said, my name, by the way, is Shay Brown, the host of the CEO Sales Huddle. It is an honor and a privilege to serve you. Thanks for inviting me into your CEO Sales Huddle this morning, or into your sales meeting. It's an honor to be here. Now, every morning we get started, we like to focus on the most important part. And one of our mantras is focus on sales. That's our mantra as a CEO responsible for the sales department. And our mantra that we say every day is, if you can't focus on sales, you can't be in business. And there's an obvious reason. The reason is, without sales, there's more money going out than there is coming in. So what's the message? Selling is serious business, because sales is the oxygen for every great business in history. So repeat these words after me. If you can't focus on sales, you can't be in, you got it, you can't be in business. And then we go and say, well, what should we be saying as the CEO? What is our pledge to the company? And our pledge really is learn, earn, and return. It's three words, but it's something that we can do as a CEO to make sure that our department has the right products, the right resources, and the right people. So go ahead and repeat these words after me right now. I have to learn something new in order to earn new revenue from current clients, in order to get new and old clients to return. So I must learn, I must earn, and I must return. And then we say, okay, well, we're here. What are our objectives? Why do we get together every morning? Well, there's a couple of reasons. Number one, it's about sales progress. Number two, it's about addressing any roadblocks. One thing we talked about in the case study is things didn't stay the same. The market changed. The people changed. The trends changed. And so we had to adjust, innovate in our sales message and our product line, products to be in harmony. And maybe that applies to you, but as you're listening right now, think about where you are in the market, by the way. And the third thing is, it's about understanding the 5 sales pillars that every CEO must know and understand. That's why we get together every single morning. Let me give you the 5 sales pillars. Sales pillar number one, as a CEO, you must have a one-page sales plan. We give that to you. You can go to www.ceosalesplan.com. Like, open up a browser, type in www.ceosalesplan.com. Download it. Number two is you must understand the sales cycle. One of the things we talked about in the case study this morning, it was all about them understanding the cycle or the process that clients went through. Number 3, real quickly, is the sales message. What are the words we're saying? Because we understand that our words will make us rich. And number 4, and I think it's so important, is understand the CEO sales dashboard. We're going to get into that in a moment. There's nothing more important than understanding what gets measured, gets managed, what gets managed gets better. We do a whole segment on that. And sales pillar number 5 that every CEO must understand, you must have a 7-figure sales team. We talk about that. I can't wait to get into that. So for those folks that are tuning in for the very first time, welcome to the CEO Sales Huddle. If you haven't downloaded the CEO Sales Dashboard, make sure you get that. We're going to get to that in just a moment. And for everyone else that's joining in for the very first time, do me a favor, by the way, drop a comment below. If you're on one of the platforms and you can do that, look right below the video, if you can do it, and put hashtag I'm here. So you can see me, but I can't see you. It's a way of us connecting. I appreciate it. It's an honor to be on your tablet right now or on your iPad or on your phone, or maybe I'm on your computer. For some of you, right now I'm playing in the break room. 2 companies do that, which is really cool. So do that. If you're on the on-demand platform or you're watching the replay, put hashtag replay. If you're on one of the on-demand platforms, we appreciate every download on the podcast. If you're on Roku or Apple TV or YouTube Live or one of our 72 syndicated platforms, thank you so much for tuning in. Drop me a DM. Just go over to @IamShayBrown. I read every comment. I respond personally. It's an honor and a privilege to be here. The number one question that gets asked often is, why the CEO Sales Huddle? Drop me a note. Look right below the video right now. Like right now to put hashtag I'm here. But what is our big purpose? The CEO Sales Huddle is a place where CEOs gather to understand how to sell more faster. So we understand you know how to sell. We understand that you're a rock star. We understand you know how to move forward. But the question is, how do you sell more faster, easier, with less effort? So our big why. Every morning we have a CEO Sales Huddle, and maybe you have this with your own team. Maybe you do this separately as well. But you're here now, and we appreciate every minute. So our big why we're doing it, it's about sales growth. We show up every day. We get a little bit better and a little bit better and a little bit better. We're going to talk about that in the CEO Sales Huddle. Number 2, it's about sales accountability. You might have heard this before. We'll often do more for others than we'll do for ourselves. And number 3, for every CEO that has to manage the sales department, it's about sales consistency. You may have heard consistency is the key. Consistency is the key. Consistency is the key. And having said that, what do most people struggle with most? And I'm guilty as well. It's consistency. So we only ask for 15 minutes a day. And you think about it, there's 1,440 minutes in every day. Never 1,441. So you give 1% of your day, whether you do it with us, which I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for all of you who joined. And you have your own probably sales meeting. Even if you're a solopreneur, you do this once a day, 15 minutes, you tune in. And what is our number one outcome? Our number one outcome is for you to generate $100,000 plus a month over and beyond whatever you're earning today of consistent, predictable, reliable revenue. So it's not about the money. I get that. But it is about what the money will do for you. For many of you, it gives you more meaning in the world. When you have more money, you can do good things. It gives you more income so you can have more impact. And I know many of you, as my good friend Dr. Delator McNeil likes to say, you can make $1 and a difference at the same time. If that's you and you just want to do some good in the world with the money you're doing, do me a favor. Look right below the video and just drop a heart. Just drop a heart. If you can do that. Some of you can do it. I know you're a CEO. I know you're cool. But just drop a heart and say, you know what? Yeah, that's why I'm here. So now we're going to talk about the CEO Sales Dashboard, because the number one question I got asked over and over and over again consistently was, Shay, how do I get to $100,000 a month? Seriously. I mean, I hear you talking about it, but is that real money? Is that possible? And I would ask the same question to my private clients, which is, well, how are you measuring it now? Like, how would you get there today? What's the strategy? What are we measuring? Not the KPIs for the company, but for the sales department, what are we focused on? And the answer was making more deals. The answer was trying to get more customers or getting people to buy from them. And that's really the wrong answer. The answer is, how do we serve? How do we serve more people? How do we make ourselves findable? So I said, you know what? There's 5 key indicators, and we use these consistently. There are leads, there are appointments, there's offers, there's deals, and there's repeat business. This is what we do with our private clients. We're going to give it to you now. If you haven't downloaded the CEO Sales Dashboard, you can go over to www.ceosalesdashboard.com. I'm going to open it up. You're going to see it in a second because it's an Excel sheet. We do this every morning, but if you haven't downloaded it, look, my mentor likes to ask all the time, Shay, when is the best time to plant a tree? And I get tired of answering that question because I always say the best time to plant a tree is 5-10 years ago. And his response is always the same. He laughs every single time. He says, yeah, that's true. When's the next best time to plant a tree? And I say, well, the obvious answer is today. So I'm going to encourage you right now, if you've been doing this with us, congratulations. We appreciate it. If you haven't, go over there now, and I want you to open up the CEO sales dashboard. Okay, now this is what it looks like. It's an Excel sheet. An Excel sheet is perfect, by the way, because you can adapt it, you can change it. Go across the top. Now, for many of you as CEOs, this is when you do it. I love the comments that I get, by the way, so thank you, everybody. You fill this out now, so that's good. Go find today's date. Now, we're not going to go category by category. I'll jump into one of them, but let's just do a quick read if we can. There's leads. So you would go to your leads, see how many leads came into your CRM system yesterday, and then look at how many leads came into your CRM system a week ago. For those who have been doing this with us for the last 30 days, thank you for tuning in. Every morning we do this at 8 a.m. I'm live. I'm here. This is me, Shay Brown. Go back. Look at the last 30 days. And then look at, how many leads were your team able to qualify? Now, some of you looking at appointments right now. I'm not going to go to every one, but appointments, how many appointments were set yesterday in your sales department? How many appointments were run, whether it was one-to-many, one-to-one? And you could even go back and you can put it by product if you so desire. I mean, the 80-20 rule, which is 20% of your products produce probably 80% of your results. So why not do that? I want to anchor one area if I can today. And the area I really want to anchor in on is just offers. Because I used to just measure results for many times, myself and my clients. I used to just measure it really just on deals. And there was a critical piece that I was missing. And one of my mentors got me associated to Shay, just make more offers. And I said, well, we have a philosophy here. And the philosophy is what gets measured gets managed. What gets managed gets better. Isn't that so true? And so I said, you know what? We're going to start measuring offers. It's a good thing. We haven't been measuring it. We haven't been managing it. And so let's look at how many offers are we making. And then from the offers, then we'll look at how many deals close. So we separate the deals category out. And you know what we found out? In many cases, we just weren't making enough offers. It sounds simple. It sounds very reasonable. But when we weren't, we said, you know what? For the right people who are qualified, who are in, let's make the offer. And in making the offer, we said, let us help you. Let us serve you. If they do it, great. If they don't, no big deal. So I want you to look right now yesterday at your sales results. And how many offers were made for someone to work with your organization? And maybe you made an offer and they got to send you a credit card. Maybe you made an offer, they got to give you the ACH. Maybe you get an offer to review the contract or the agreement of how you would work together. And for many of you, the biggest offer you can make, you're going to make consistently is, what's the offer for the next step? Like seriously, like right now, you're looking right now and you go over to offers and look, how many made an offer just for the next step, which is, hey, we had a great meeting. And again, you guys are different places. Some of you are supervisors. Some of you are managers. Some of you are vice presidents. Some of you are directors. Some of you are entrepreneurs. Some of you are solopreneurs. Some of you are the entrepreneur and the salesperson. You're everything. I get it. But I'm going to tell you, just hear me very, very carefully. What gets measured gets managed is our philosophy of the sales department, and what gets measured gets managed. What gets managed, you'll be surprised how much better it gets. So just go ahead and put down offers. Now, if you're just tuning in for the first time, you haven't, go ahead and hit me up and send me a quick note. We're about coming down the home stretch. Download the CEO dashboard. Go to www.ceosalesdashboard.com. After we do that, we go back and we step and we say, what are some big wins we had yesterday? Now follow me. We're not going to beat ourselves up. I want you to celebrate some wins. This is a segment that I love. What are you most proud of yesterday in the sales department? This is not about you and you working out or you having the right foods or you saying the right thing. This is all about the sales department. What are you most proud of for the sales department yesterday? And then what was the biggest accomplishment for the sales department yesterday? I'm not asking last week. I'm not asking last month. I'm not asking earlier this year. And then last, what do you want to brag about? As the CEO, if you can come on here with all the other CEOs and you can raise two hands in the air and say, Shay, this is what I'm most proud of. I just want to share it. Now, again, we're in a CEO sales huddle. We're all here together. Okay, we're going to get better. We're going to get stronger. We're going to serve more people. We're going to help more folks. We're not going to chase the money. We're going to add value. I get that. But what are you most proud of? What do you want to brag about? But just like the case study we did this morning, we understand everything is not cupcakes, unicorns, and rainbows. There's some obstacles. We got to deal with it. It's called life. Powerful people ask powerful questions because questions steer focus. And in this life, you get what you focus on. What was your biggest roadblock yesterday? What's preventing you today from moving forward? And what's the one thing you can do? You know, if you just step back and you did it yourself, what's the one thing you can do that if you did it, it would move the business forward? And sometimes it just comes down to the CEO giving the people, the processes, and the resources to the sales department. And in doing so, the results go up by themselves. It's amazing how that happens, isn't it? My message of today is control the controllables. Control the controllables. In business, there's some things we just have no control over. And we can worry, we can get stressed in sales, or we can say, you know what? There are people out there that are looking to find me. There's someone out there that has the problem that's looking to find me. My job is to put the company and the organization in a position where we're able to be findable and people can understand how we serve them. So my point today is in the sales department, control the controllable, focus on generating the leads, the appointments, and you measure and you handle the CEO sales dashboard, and you will be successful. With that being said, thanks so much for tuning in for the CEO Sales Huddle. It's an honor and a privilege to serve you. I don't take it lightly, being in your home or being on your phone or being in your computer. And I'm going to say, make it a great day, and we'll make some good things happen. We connect again next time. God bless, and keep doing God's work. I'll see you all on the other side. Peace for now.